Tune up. Since today's topic is about politics, let's go up to my office. Hi, Sharon here with you from Fast Track People, and welcome to this month's Pitstop Tune Up. If I had $10 for every time an IT or engineering manager said, "Oh, I don't play office politics," I'd be heading off on my bike for another world trip. My favourite quote on this comes from Plato, who said, "One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors." Today, I want to change your mind about playing office politics. Why? Well, because if you don't, you're limiting your career. Politics is part of the human condition in any workplace, whether you like it or not. Most of the time, people equate office politics to backstabbing and jostling for favours with a boss and pushing your own ambitions at the expense of others. And you're right, that does happen, but no one seems to like it, and I've yet to come across anyone who says, "Yay, I love that stuff." Why then, when it seems to offer so much distraction and negativity, does it still exist? Well, it's just the dark side. There is a good side too, and it's called collaboration. In other words, building better relationships and knowing who can help you make your job easier. It's also just part of being human beings in a social system, and just like other mammals who live in troops or tribes or herds or prides, we too have developed behaviours that maintain a social order. In the wild, this increases the group's survival rate, and at work, it's no different. Now in humans, this drive for knowing where you stand and how we fit into a group is hardwired into our brain too. Neuroscientists call it status positioning, or the pecking order to us mere mortals. At work, the factors that determine your status are on display for all to see, from the placement of your office or desk, the newness of your computer, whether you have a parking space, and even things like who you spend time with and what clothes you wear. Now, while some of these rules have definitely relaxed in the last generation or so, they haven't disappeared. They just exist in more subtle ways. Now, let's get this straight. If you want to be successful in any leadership role, you have to find a way to not only tolerate politics, but leverage it to work for you. If you deny the bad politics that may be going on around you and avoid dealing with them, you may needlessly suffer while others take unfair advantage. And if you avoid practicing good politics, you miss all the opportunities to properly further your own interests and those of your team. So how you think about the subject determines your effectiveness at playing the game. And it is a game, just like networking, working across silos to get cooperation from peers, going through the interview process to get a job. They all have unspoken rules with penalties for cheating and strategies for winning. So how do you play office politics without losing your integrity? Here are 9 guidelines to help you navigate your way through this tricky landscape. Number 1. Pay attention to who the alpha males and females are in your office. Whilst it's usually the most senior people, there will also be informal positions that hold a lot of influence. How do you spot them? Monitor who they go out of their way to talk to and communicate with beyond the normal hierarchy requirements. Don't suck up to them though, it's uncomfortable and it's usually transparent to everyone around you. Number 2, use the principle of reciprocity. Look for ways to help out colleagues in other sections or business units. The principle of reciprocity almost guarantees that they will then be more willing to help you when you need it. Number 3, remember your manners. Say thank you. Don't just assume because of your position as a manager that people have to do what you ask. And you never know when that simple gesture of respect may lead. That person may be a peer now or a boss later. Number 4, be trustworthy, but don't rely on others' confidentiality. Assume what you say will be disclosed, so decide what you should reveal accordingly. Once your integrity is lost, it's very difficult to re-establish. Number 5, don't gossip or spread rumours. If you find yourself in a situation where others are, politely remove yourself, saying something along the lines of, "Hey guys, I prefer not to say stuff about others if they aren't here to defend themselves." And along those lines, just avoid whining and complaining. Stay positive and professional. Number 6, don't get sucked into others' arguments and resist the temptation to take sides. You can still support colleagues, but you just don't have to agree with them. Number 7, share credit for work done at every opportunity. After all, getting things done through others is what leadership is all about, so why not acknowledge it when it happens? Number 8, don't ally yourself to a particular group. Stay positive about all co-workers. Get to know everyone in your office, including your support staff, receptionists and so on. They can make a big difference to your life. And finally, number 9, neutralise the negative politicians. Now, whilst your instinctive reaction to those who play dirty may be to avoid them, I would suggest the opposite. So nicely put by the character Michael Corleone in The Godfather. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So, 3 things that you can do here. Be friendly and courteous to them, but always be very careful what you say. Secondly, find out what usually motivates them and understand what their goals are. You may be able to help them towards those in a way that's okay for you. And finally, know that despite their outward confidence, they don't think much of their talents, which is why they rely on aggressive politicking to get ahead. So, office politics, fact of life. Wise politicking will help you get what you want without compromising others in the process, and it's worth learning to use its power positively and diffuse the efforts of those who abuse it. As always, let me know how you go with this and any questions you might have. Share, comment, like, so that others have access to it, and stay shiny side up. Oh, and enjoy this next little clip for you, another brown trouser moment.